My therapist's office flooded, so our last session was held at her home. I recognized the living room from my husband's work trips. The moment Dr. Patricia opened her door, apologizing for the informal setting, my world tilted. That cream couch, the abstract painting, the crystal bowl on the coffee table. I'd seen them all before, in blurry grainy my husband sent during his monthly conferences in Chicago. We were 40 minutes from Chicago, in the suburbs. Are you all right? Dr. Patricia asked, mistaking my shock for anxiety about the venue change. I know it's unconventional, but with the pipe burst at my office. I sat on the cream couch, running my hand along its texture. Thin fabric I'd seen in the background when Ryan video called me 2 months ago. Hotel pillows propped behind him. For 6 months I'd been seeing Dr. Patricia for anxiety and trust issues stemming from my ex-husband's infidelity. The irony wasn't lost on me now. Let's continue where we left off, she said, settling into her chair. You mentioned Ryan had been incredibly supportive of your healing journey. I almost laughed. Instead, I pulled out my phone. Actually, I wanted to show you something. Ryan sent me this during his last work trip. I showed her the selfie. Her face remained professionally neutral, but I caught the slight widening of her eyes when she recognized her own living room in the background. That's interesting, she said carefully. What makes you want to share this? I scrolled to another photo. Ryan shirtless, hotel bathroom visible behind him. Her bathroom, the distinctive tile pattern, was unmistakable. Because I am having a breakthrough, I said, my voice surprisingly calm. About patterns. She shifted in her seat. Patterns. My ex-husband cheated with my best friend. Kleptic betrayal, right? You helped me see how that shaped my trust issues. But here is what I am realizing. I keep choosing men who make me feel crazy for questioning them. I showed her my phone's location history. Ryan's phone backed up to our shared cloud. 23 visits to this address in 6 months. Every Chicago conference led here. You know what the worst part is, I continued. Last week you told me I needed to stop looking for problems where none existed. That my suspicions about Ryan were projections from my past trauma. Dr. Patricia's professional mask cracked slightly. I think we should. He doesn't know I'm in therapy, I interrupted. Funny thing about being married to a tech guy. He thinks I don't understand his gadgets, but I know he's been tracking my phone. He always knew when I had appointments, and somehow he always had conferences those exact days. The full picture was forming as I spoke. Ryan hadn't found Dr. Patricia. He'd been seeing her before I ever started therapy. When I'd mentioned wanting to find someone to talk to, he'd enthusiastically recommended her. His conference schedule had simply adjusted to my appointment times. You've been Ophi, my husband, while helping me process trust issues, I said. That's a level of gaslighting that deserves recognition. She stood up. I think you should leave. Oh, I am leaving. But first I opened my recording app, showing her it had been running for 45 minutes. One-party consent state. My lawyer will love this. The best part, Ryan thought I was at my session right now. He was probably pulling into her driveway, expecting their usual afternoon arrangement. I walked to the door, then turned back. You know what? Keep the recording. Consider it free material for your next paper on therapeutic boundaries. As I reached my car, Ryan's Tesla pulled up. He saw me and froze. I waved cheerfully and took a photo of him in her driveway, evidence for my divorce lawyer. How was your conference? I called out sweetly. He stammered something about coming back early. Dr. Patricia appeared in her doorway, and I watched them exchange panicked looks. No need to explain, I said, getting into my car. Dr. Patricia helped me work through my issues. Ream out. I don't have trust problems. I have terrible taste in partners. But therapy's really helping with that. I drove away, leaving them standing in her doorway. My phone immediately exploded with texts from both of them. I didn't read a single one. Instead, I texted my best friend. Remember that therapist Ryan recommended, Plani, whose house she lives in? Sometimes the best therapy is discovering you were never crazy. You were just surrounded by people who needed you to think you were. My lawyer says I'll get everything. The house, the assets, and probably a hefty malpractice settlement. Turns out trusting your gut is the best therapy of all.